Woodcraft Hamster, and I thought I'd do a little update on my carving a cup from a branch. This has been drying out for a short while in my workshop, but as you can see we've kind of got the bowl in there, still very shallow. I'm probably going to leave it like that because this is just almost like a test piece and proving the theory for me. But where it's been drying, so far so good. No cracks or splits in the base, which is what I was hoping for. No cracks or splits in the bowl or the walls of the bowl, which again is really what I was hoping for. But this particular piece is still very, very damp. And the problem with that is it's going to take a very long time for the moisture to come out. So what I'm going to do, possibly against my better judgment, I'm going to saw this down, remove this large lump down the bottom here, which is what's holding most of the moisture, and sort of pare it down a little bit, tidy it up a little bit with the axe and the knife, and hopefully it'll start drying out a little bit quicker. I'm still going to keep it in the plastic bag with some shavings, so hopefully that will prevent it from cracking, but time will tell. So first and foremost, I'm just going to cut this down. What I've done, I think I showed you this in my last video, I've drawn a pencil line around the outside of this. Now if I put my finger in, mark roughly where that comes to, the pencil line is well below the bottom of the bowl, which means I can cut straight through without any risk of damage. And once I've done that, I'll then start tidying up this area here, just making it a little bit more cup shaped, a little bit more sort of pleasing to the eye. Now the problem I have with sawing this is this bowl, or the wall of this, is quite narrow, which means I can't sort of put too much pressure on it while I'm sawing, otherwise there's a chance I could just break it with my hand. So I just need to be a little bit careful while I'm sawing through this. In fact, what I may actually do is turn it around the other way and just hope that if I move this out of the way, this should land on a pile of shavings below me. And there we go. So again, it's not quite square at the bottom, which is fine. I can tidy that up. Again, the bowl comes to, let's say, here, and if I put my finger on there, I've still got plenty of space all the way around the bowl to tidy up the bottom. So what I'll do, let me move the camera just a little bit closer in. We'll take out the axe and we'll start tidying up. Right then guys, so this is the cup, and again all I really want to do is just start using the axe just to tidy up the bottom. What I'm going for is I kind of want the bottom side here to sort of taper down ever so slightly, not massively. I don't want it to be really narrow because then it won't be particularly stable. But as you can see, hopefully from the camera there, if I turn this round, it's very uneven on all sides, and that's to do with the angle of this cut. So what I'm going to do is just start carving some of this down and see where we get to. And again, the difficulty we have here is that because these walls again are so narrow, I can use it to support the piece, that's fine. I have to be careful that I don't put my fingers too far down because obviously I'm using the axe. But again, you can almost hold it like this, and the wall of the bowl does give you a little bit more of an option here in how to hold this. You just need to be careful not to put too much pressure sort of from gripping with your hand, so that you don't sort of accidentally split these walls. Right guys, so that's looking slightly better. Again, it's still got a little bit of a slant to it, and I can tidy that up as I go along. and again the walls of the bowl are now looking a lot more even. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move over to my knife, and what I will do is basically just tidy this down again until I get to a point that I'm sort of comfortable with that. And what I'm going to use for that is my farrier's knife. You've seen this before. You can use it as a spoon knife or a crook knife to sort of scrape out the bowl. What you can also do, and it's very comfortable holding it in this kind of potato peeling grip, and what you can do is just carve it as if it's a normal knife. And it's sort of a very, I find certainly it's a very intuitive, comfortable way of carving in this manner. And again, I know I've mentioned this before in other videos, but these farriers knives, they're very sharp, and you can pick them up very, very cheaply online. I think I got 2 of these for about £8 delivered online. It may well have been somewhere like eBay. And they're just very good for this kind of fine detail. Maybe not so much finishing, but certainly smoothing down once you've done your main stock removal. Right, well there we go guys, that's about as far as I'm going to take it today. What I've now done, hopefully you can see well enough on the camera here, I've smoothed down the outside walls of the bowl, so obviously they're now in a much better condition, they're fairly uniform. Again, there's a slight taper at the bottom there, which is what I was going for. I've also chamfered off the edges round the bottom as well, just to help prevent with any splitting. Inside of the bowl I haven't touched today, but again that's pretty much ready for sanding. And it's also the size that I now wanted it to be, so you know I could use this exactly as it is. You know, I could use it like this. I could maybe wax it to sort of prevent any of the water or moisture or whatever liquid I'm drinking out of it getting inside. But what I'm going to do, this is going to go back in its plastic bag with some fresh shavings, and I'm going to leave that sort of in there with just a little gap in the top so that it can dry out slowly and hopefully won't split on me. But I hope it was useful guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'd all join me next time for when we come to finish this up. Thanks guys.